Today we're going to make a classic, rice and beans, using Savannah red rice and Sea Island red peas. Now to start, we soaked our rice and beans the night before. The reason to soak it is to sort of break down the phytic acid, which blocks new absorption, and it also actually adds beneficial enzymes and B vitamins into the food. So we're going to start with cooking our bacon. And we're also going to rinse our beans. So I'm going to take this over, rinse it off. Great. So now we're going to get our bacon into the pan. I'm using 3 strips of bacon cut into 6 different pieces. And while the bacon is cooking, we're going to chop our ingredients. So these vegetables are going to go into the beans. So I'm going to get a nice mince on them. So that means I'm going to chop them into really small pieces. Smash our garlic. Chop our onion. The diced onion, you slice it first along the ribs of the onion. And we'll peel our carrot. With our bacon. Now that our bacon is cooked, we're going to take it out and to the side until later. Now we're going to use the bacon grease that's already in the pan to saute our vegetables. So in go the carrots, onions, garlic, and celery. And we'll add a little salt and pepper. A little more salt. We'll give it a stir. Now we're trying to soak up the flavor of the bacon, and we're trying to get the stuff that's cooked on to the bottom of the pan back into the food, because that's where the flavor is. Now we're going to saute this for about 5 minutes. Alright, so now that we've got the vegetables cooking for a few minutes, give it a little stir, and then we're going to add in our chicken stock. We're going to return that to a simmer, add in our peas that have been drained and rinsed, and we're going to add in a bay leaf and some turmeric, about a teaspoon, and I like to add some 3-fold spicy. If you like a little heat, add a little 3-fold spicy, depending on how hot you like it. Again, about a teaspoon. Now we're going to stir that in. Get it back to a boil. Once it's simmering, we're going to partially cover the pot and reduce it to a low heat. So now that we have that going, we're going to start on our rice. To do that, first we got to rinse it off. So we made a lot of rice this time. This is 3 cups of rice that we soaked last night. It's more rice than we need for this recipe, but we're gonna save some for tomorrow morning's breakfast, which is gonna be a Savannah red rice porridge. Rice goes into the pot. Add our water. A little bit of salt. I'm gonna turn it to about medium. We're gonna turn it to about medium. Once it reaches a boil, we're gonna reduce the heat to low and cover it for the rest of the time. So now that we've let our beans cook for about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes, stirring occasionally, we are going to take out the bay leaf. Gonna make a little bit of a gravy, thicken the beans up a little bit. So we're just gonna mash some of it with our potato masher here. That'll mash it and turn it into a gravy. Now you don't want to do too much of it. I'm probably mashing about a quarter of it. This will just thicken up the sauce. Now we're gonna take our bacon that we cooked in the beginning, chop that up, and add it back in. Stir it around. That should be it. So now let's check on our rice. We've had our rice cooking for about 45 minutes to an hour, and it should be nice and fluffy. And what I like to do with both of these is I like to add some butter. So we're gonna add some butter to both the rice and the beans. Gives it a nice, smooth, creamy texture and adds great fat and flavor to both. And don't be shy with the butter.